Yo, 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 we is back. What it is, man. What it is. Need clarification, man. I need clarification. What is a patriot? Like, I need somebody. I need all my patriots in here, man. I need all my patriots. Cause I need y'all to explain to me what the fuck a patriot is. I need y'all to explain to me what a patriot is. G man, how you been at, man? How you been, yo? How life been treating you, man? Man, G man in the building. Long time no see. You know what I mean? Fuck it is though. I need patriots. I need my patriots in the building. So I need an understanding. Spirit 619. I need an understanding what the fuck a patriot is. You know, I know about the football team. You know, Tom Brady used to play for him. Brian Belichick. Belichick. Yeah, but a guy came here yesterday. I went earlier today, and we was talking about issues in America and how he was basically taking America's side with everything. Like he ain't trying to hear nothing outside of America is the best country on earth. You know what I mean? Nah, yo, we need a refined definition. Yo, everybody shouldn't have their own definition of what a patriot is. If everybody got their own definition of what a patriot is, then that shit ain't real. You know, words have meaning, man. You understand what I'm saying? If everybody got their own definition, then it can't be true. You know, it's a facade. It's made up. You understand what I'm saying? But I just want to know, does being a patriot, you can't criticize the country if you're a patriot? Like, no criticism. You just gotta agree and support everything that was done. And what makes a patriot turn radical? Because I think a lot of patriots go radical too. I just need an explanation, man. Straight up, I need a better understanding, yo. Because I left that live earlier confused, you know, as to what was what. You know what I mean? That's all. That is it, and that's all. Let's look up the definition of a patriot. What is the definition of being a patriot to a country? Patriotism. Oh, okay. So, being a patriot is generally defined as having a devoted love, support, and attachment to one's country. However, the concept is complex and has evolved throughout history, encompassing a range of views that differ depending on individual culture and political context. So there's no such thing as a patriot. There is no such. If it look at this. If the concept is complex, yeah, that's what I was looking for. This live is dedicated to you, Mr. Killjoy. If the concept is complex and has evolved throughout history, encompassing a range of views that differ depending on individual culture and political context, then that ain't real. Patriotism. A love for one country that is defensive and not focused on superiority. A patriot can criticize their country when needed, recognize both its merits and flaws while wishing it to be the best version of itself. Well, well, Mr. Killjoy, by that definition, you're not a patriot. By that, see, and that's I'm glad we did that. By that definition, you are not a patriot because earlier today, earlier today, I was explaining to you some issues that was done in America, specifically to black people, and you disregarded all of them. Innovative. Yo, you disregarded all of them and diminished history to you playing the victim. So you're not a patriot, man. And I don't. That's like being a patriot or calling. It's like being I hate to relate it to like a snitch. You know, everybody got their own definition of a snitch, but it's only one definition of a rat. It should be only one definition of a patriot. It shouldn't be about individuality, you know. Because if that's the case, then it's not real. If everybody got their own definition of patriotism, that's like having your own truth. No, that is what happened earlier, Mr. Killjoy. That is what happened, Mr. Killjoy. I explained to you. You said we was talking about race. We was talking about issues in the black community. And you say, but it's not systematic though. Like, why are you making it seem like it's systematic? And then I showed you at least one issue that's systematic in the housing. Look, I found another video. Hold on, let me show you. Hold on. I showed you issues in the housing market. Right? And you still denied it. Look, let me show you. I found another video. YouTube sent it to me. Through to YouTube. I ain't had to find it. They sent it to me. Look at this one.
This fall, heel pain and sore arches won't stop you. Hand-stitched leather boots deliver.
What happens when the home and space that you've occupied and invested in is not viewed as
You see this? Black couple home value rose nearly $300,000 after shown by white colleagues. Look at this.
valuable as it should possibly be simply because of the color of your skin. Well, that's how one couple describes their experience when getting an appraisal on their home, and they say that it was undervalued.
My point being is showing you that it's systematically done. You mean to tell me just all these black people are just randomly having this issue with the housing market, and it's not being done. It's not being done systematic. You know what systematic means, Killjoy? How is so many people having the same issue, but it ain't systematic? Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a car accident? Mr. Killjoy, have you ever got paid from a car accident? Yeah, I'm not talking about, I don't give a fuck about no DI. Like, I'm not one of them, bro. Like, I'm not a fucking Democrat. I got my own mind, bro. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. My stance is switched based off of what makes sense. You understand? Like, those talking points don't fly here. I don't have talking points. I deal with reality. I deal with facts. I deal with experience. I deal with life. You understand what I'm saying? I know life as a black person. I experienced it. My whole family is black. All my friends are black. So this is not one of those. You know what I mean? I'm not cosplaying. I ain't Jasmine Crockett. You understand what I'm saying? So when I'm asking you, so you never been in an accident? Do you know anybody in your family that ever been in an accident? And how much money did they get back? Let's see. Let's have that conversation. How the fuck does that uphold DI narrative? Yo, black people didn't benefit. You know who benefited from DEI? White women. White women benefited from DEI, Mr. Killjoy. Look up the numbers. Oh, you don't believe the numbers now. No, I'm talking about, have you ever been in a car accident where it wasn't your fault and you sued? That's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking you, because I want to know what you got back. And ain't none of your family members been in an accident and sued? What they get? How much money they, how much, what was their payout? Alright, so look at this. So you just swayed the conversation back.
Simply because they are black. Joining us now are doctors Nathan Connolly and Shani Mott. Thank you both for being here. So let's just walk through the process here. The two of you were looking to refinance your home to take advantage of the low interest rates. And then what happened?
Well, we experienced discrimination. We made a pretty straightforward application to get our house at a reduced interest rate from 4.65% to 2.25%, and we thought we were in pretty good
shape. Explain. How do I got blinders on when I'm saying it clearly? How see that's your see spirit y'all why don't y'all just listen, man? How many years have y'all experienced being black in America? like yo, that's the thing, yo, that's the thing that you trip me out with y'all. How many years have y'all experienced being black in America? For you to say I got blinders on when I'm the one seeing this shit. Like yo, that doesn't make sense, bro. That doesn't make sense. Like how in any logical and rational mind, how does that make sense? Well, I'm looking for somebody that did. Because in the attempt of telling someone they might be wrong, you can't just listen. You have to speak up. What you mean? Yo, because y'all can't tell me what goes on. You don't know. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you act like this is made up. These are real stories, man. These things really happen, man. It's court documents backing this shit up.
4.65%.
See, yo, but that's what I'm saying. Y'all can't be patriots. Y'all can't be, yo, by definition, y'all not patriots. Because y'all is not willing to accept the flaws in this country. So, by definition, you're not a patriot. You might be radical. You know, I think a lot of radicals can't accept the flaws in this country. That's what make them do the things that they do. Maybe y'all radicalized. Hey, Killjoy, did you ever think that you might be radicalized? But who's money laundering? Spirit? Who's money laundering? What are you talking about? So you think so Killjoy, are black people enemies of this country? Because we calling it out? Because you supposed to be able to accept the flaws too. Oh yeah, government, yeah, hell yeah. Yo, but that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Like I agree. The government is the issue. But the government runs the country, so you can't be a patriot if you're against the government. I mean, I guess you can. Well, by definition, you should be able to call them out. So, Spirit, you are a patriot. Miss Killjoy, you ain't no patriot. Yo, but you're not a patriot, yo. We talking about patriot versus radicalization. And I just realized that you are radicalized. Because no matter how many stats or numbers or videos that we pull up showing you the truth, you refuse to believe it. So I think you might be more along the radical end. You might be a radical right, radical left. You know what I mean? You might. That's why the title is the title. You know, what separates a patriot from a radical? How does? Because you know, like I said, most radicals was patriots at one point. I didn't call you. I didn't call you out your name, yo. I classified you based on the fact that you're not a based off the definition. Based off the definition of a patriot, you can't be a patriot. Now, I don't know if you radical. You know, that's just my interpretation of what you're saying. It sounds pretty radical to me that you can't accept reality. I didn't call you no name, yo. I didn't call you out your name. I didn't call you no B word or a fuck boy like I typically do. I mean, I ain't say nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, what's up, PNR? I think I don't think you're a patriot because I can show you proof, and instead of you accepting the proof and be like, damn, that's fucked up. So you say one side burns the flag, the other side represents the flag. Pretty clear who loves the country and who is destroying it. Okay, I'm glad you said that. So we had 2 Army vets that just committed mass shootings. What happened to them? They upheld the flag, like literally, like not the shit we doing. Like they literally upheld the flag. They really went into Iraq with an American flag attached in their back pocket, and then they just came back to America and killed people. What are they? I don't think it's that simple, yo. I think this is a real conversation. I don't think it's too far of a stretch between a patriot and a radical. I think this. I don't think it's that far of a leap. Yo, but what happened to them? They was patriots though, right? They upheld the flag. Then they went radical. You don't think that's going radical? You don't think some of these political views get dangerous? They might believe they patriots, because since it's up to your individual beliefs. The concept of patriots have changed over the years. I don't think so. I don't know why they joined. But I'm sure the guy that killed the people in the church had an American flag. He had an American flag on his truck. Hold on, do we gotta go back to that?
And we thought
The guy that did the shooting in Detroit had an American flag on his truck.
Did you know that we are all sons and daughters of a loving Heavenly Father? Your Heavenly Father loves you perfectly, and He has a plan for you.
Shit.
Good afternoon. I am Specialist Lieutenant Kim Bonner,
Straight
Michigan
up.
State Police.
Was he a
Good
patriot?
afternoon. I am Specialist Lieutenant Kim Better, Michigan State Police Public Information Officer. Thank you for joining us for this afternoon's news conference. Joining us today is Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Colonel James F. Grady II, Director of the Michigan State Police,
Come on, man, speed it up.
all of our local law enforcement, state police, federal agents for their swift response. I want to thank local fire and EMS and medical providers for saving lives, conservation officer, and the local Grand Blanc to feel safe, to be together. But today, this place has been shattered by bullets and broken glass. And this might be a familiar pain, but it hurts all the same. Every time. We cannot keep living our lives like this.
I told you everybody's
I
scared.
know that this community is reeling right now. And I want you to know that the state of Michigan has your back.
Yeah, I agree with her 100%. Yo, we cannot keep living life like this. Like, who the fuck is this lady? Somebody send her a cash app. That might have been the realest thing I heard in weeks. Yo, we cannot continue living life like this, yo. We got patriots turned extremists running around, running wild. They patriots turned extremists.
Your grief is our grief. I ordered flags lowered statewide, and I spoke with President Trump yesterday, who wanted to share his condolences.
Hold on, man. That's fucking
We
light.
will be here every step of the way and coordinate a full response with our local and federal partners. Folks here at the township,
Not.
at every level, have been working.
Hey, Spirit, don't you better ever think that. You ain't learned nothing from the death of Charlie Kirk. You are not free to speak truth. No, the fuck you ain't. Especially not truth. You more free to speak rhetoric than you is to speak truth. What's up, Nikki Love? Yo, you are more free to speak rhetoric than you are to speak truth. Yeah, man, you is not free. Don't ever think that. That is a lie. See, that's what I'm saying, yo. A lot of y'all is living a lie, man. A lot, yo. And that's why I did this video, yo. Like, yo, what is a patriot, yo? I think patriots are delusional. I think for somebody to stand firm on patriotism, yo, you gotta be delusional. If you think that these people got your best interest and they give a fuck about you and your family well-being, yo, you are delusional, man. Because history says otherwise. What? I ain't said no. I don't think he should have been murdered. Fuck no. What you say? I don't think he should have been murdered, but I don't support it. He didn't speak no fucking truth. And no, I said he wasn't secretly gay. Antifa's probably, the crazy thing about it, people in Antifa probably think they probably think they patriots. You know what I mean? Charlie Kirk ain't speak no truth, yo. Why, y'all, we don't want to do this, y'all. Yo, where y'all, is y'all serious? I'm glad y'all here. So let me ask y'all this, cause I asked Mr. Killjoy this. How many of y'all family, have y'all ever been in an accident when y'all sued? It was in Michigan. Have y'all ever been in an accident where y'all sued and got money? How much money you get back? Hey, Mister, I got a question for y'all, man. Have you ever been in an accident where you sued and got money? Yeah. He probably, I think he do believe what he said. And you're right. It don't make it the truth. You got 25 for a regular car accident. Joshua, you got 25,000 for a regular car accident. Was you hurt bad, or just the car was towed? I ain't asked you. Somebody else. I just threw the question out there for anybody that can give me an answer because I want to know. Car was totaled, no injuries. Hey yo, since and the reason I brought this up, right?
Hey, you got a call?
Yeah, I just got it.
Alright.
And the reason I brought this up, right, is because people like to act like, well, Mr. Killjoy like to act like it's not systematic issues in this country. And no matter what I shows him, he make an excuse for as to the reasons why, right? So I showed Mr. Killjoy that in America is discrimination in housing, and how there's been situations, many situations, you can look them all up on the internet, where black people was trying to sell their house or got their house appraised and got lowballed compared. So what they do is they'll get somebody that they know that's white, and they'll get them to stand in for them. And the price, in one of the videos, the price went up $500,000. And the reason I brought up the car situation, right, is because I had a coworker a while ago. I just want to show y'all the institutional racism that's going on in this country. And hold on, that's my son. Oh, he hung up. I had a coworker that told me she got $30,000 for a car accident. $30,000. Wasn't hurt, just car totaled. Yo, you know the most I ever got for a car accident? 3,500. How can y'all explain that? I don't know nobody. I'm talking about regular car accident. I don't know not one black person that got 10,000 for a car accident when ain't nobody get hurt. But it seems like a standard practice that if you ain't black, you liable to break the bank. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. You know, I don't know what's going on in Native America. You call me on my bullshit. We were talking about would be anyone this happened to will get millions, and any lawyer would take their case for free. What the fuck is you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about, Vineyard. Maybe you talking to somebody else. Now I'm talking about like seriously bodily injuries. Of course you say you get hurt. I'm talking about seriously bodily injuries, like in a wheelchair, arm broken, some shit like that. Yeah, man, I'm talking about serious injury. I ain't talking about an accident when you go to the hospital, talking about my neck hurt, shit like that. I'm talking about serious injury. It seems to me that there's racism going on in the insurance market. You know, insurance claims. Because I don't know, it's starting to see, starting to become a pattern where hold on. A victim of what? A 1988. What are you talking about? Victim of what? See y'all, that's why y'all not patriots. Anybody that talk that victim shit, you're not a patriot for real. Because a patriot can recognize, by definition, a patriot can recognize issues in this country. Y'all can't recognize issues in this country, so y'all not patriots. I think y'all radicals, man. That's just my opinion. I think y'all radicals. I don't think y'all would classify as an ideal patriot because it's facts. You know, it's proof to these things that I've been telling y'all the last couple days. Now y'all just choosing to ignore it. That's what make you unpatriotic. Because a patriot can recognize the issues. I don't know. Going to Africa for what, y'all? You know, most black people didn't even come from Africa, man. Like, we don't have no connection to Africa. Like, I don't even know why people even don't have no connection to Africa, yo. If we was to go to Africa, they'd be trying to send us back. Back on no motherfucking Africa. I don't know nothing about no Africa. I don't think it's a real term, yo, because it sounds like it's you know, it depends on what you believe. If there's not a clear definition of a patriot, then I don't think it's real. I think that's just a term they use to divide people. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like a term they use to divide people, or a term they use to convince you that everything they do is right. Meanwhile, you overlooking the bad. That's what it sounds like to me, y'all. When I hear I'm a patriot, that's what I hear. The fuck? Hold on, y'all. What grown man wants to walk around claiming to be a victim? That's not strong, that's weak. A true man is never a victim of anything. Yo, who's claiming to be a victim? No, don't, yo. Patriot, I put it on mute. Patriot means you love your country, but you can accept flaws in your country. You can call out flaws, but what's happening is the so-called patriots is not calling out the flaws in this country. They're not willing to accept them. Patriot doesn't mean right or wrong. You know, patriot means you can take pride in your country and still call out the wrong. But what I'm noticing with these patriots is y'all can't do that. Y'all can't accept the flaws in this country and call out the wrong. That's what I'm noticing. That's what I'm noticing. So at that point, my next question is, do that make you radical? I think that's what drives people into radicalization. They can't accept the flaws, so they gotta do something. I mean, they can't accept the flaws in this country. Like this guy. This guy right here probably thought he was a patriot. The same guy that ran into that motherfucking what's it called and killed all them people.
Silent in an industry.
Probably thought he was a patriot as well. Hold on. Yeah, but that's you don't think that's strange? Like, how do you go from being a patriot? What I think happens, I think a lot of these people that thought that was they realized they was lied to. That's what I think. I think that's what turns a patriot radical. I think what turns a patriot radical is they realize that, yo, this dream that we sold of America first, and we're the best country in the world, and we can do no wrong, and everybody else is motherfucker. I talked to a guy that did a deployment, and that's basically what he told me. Like, yo, I found out, yo, that the things that we wasn't fighting for what we thought we was fighting for. That's what he told me, yo. I wish I could have worded it verbatim, but to sum it up, that's what he told me. He said he'd never go back. Even though it helped him out in life, he'd never do it again. Because once he got over there to them countries and he thought he was fighting for something that he wasn't actually fighting for, it made him feel some type of way. And I think that's what turns him radical.
Michiganders is that we get through hard things together. And that's who we are.
All right, come on, man. Get to the details.
Checking in with a call.
Oh, shit.
With such great offers, DraftKings is the place for those who love college
We're just
football.
trying to get to the details.
Public service right now.
Come on, we ain't trying to hear all
Public
that.
safety partners just.
All right, let's get to the details.
Thank you,
2800.
Governor, and good afternoon. You know, this community has been greatly impacted by yesterday's events. We are offering our deepest condolences to those affected.
Hey, Killjoy, you're not no patriot, yo. You can't be a patriot, yo. Yo, what you mean? How does that even make sense? Just because you find something flawed, that don't mean it's real. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Yo, how is it not real? How do you find something flawed that can be proven, that got statistical data to back it up, and it's not real? Like, that doesn't make sense, bro. Maybe that's not what you meant to say. Maybe
Seatbelt is unbuckled.
maybe you gotta rephrase that, because that made absolutely no sense. But y'all believe all the black stats, though.
Seatbelt is unbuckled.
Y'all believe all the stats that say black people is dangerous and super predators. Y'all, that's the shit that be pissing me off with y'all, man. That's why I called y'all hypocrites. I'm gonna have to do another Charlie Kirk supporters of hypocrites again. We might gotta do a part 2 to that. That deserves a part 2. Dang, I done dropped my fucking black amount. Bitch. I think that deserves a part 2, y'all. You know, just a reminder. We might gotta do them once a week. Once a week, we might gotta do a reminder that the people that support Charlie Kirk are hypocrites. Just so y'all, so y'all don't forget it. You know, people got short-term memory. People forget things all the time. How am I getting mad, yo? You think I'm mad? Yo, because ignorance is frustrating. 1988. I don't know about you. Yo, but ignorance is frustrating. And a lot of people, you might call black people unhinged, is because we seen a lot. A lot of us is traumatized. Not everybody. But some of us that come from some of the environments that I came from, motherfuckers is traumatized. We ain't got time to be playing. You feel me? It ain't, environments shape people, man. Circumstances shape your reality and shape how you react to things. You might have grew up nice. You understand? So you'll be willing to accept a certain level of ignorance or disrespect that the next person might not. You understand? It's that simple, y'all. It's not black people. It's all people.
Your seatbelt is unbuckled.
Shut your bitch ass up. Now I get sick of her ass. It's not about black people, y'all. It's about all people. Nobody got time for ignorance. When what I'm saying can be proven, it can be looked up. It's factual, irrefutable, and yet you're still saying the same thing. Yo, that's just ignorance, bro. That's frustrating. If we was having this conversation, fighting face to face, it might get physical, yo, because, I'm just have to not talk to you no more. Because, yo, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, how many times can I explain it for you to make sense? How is it not clicking? It's really not that hard to understand. To be honest, I don't see how y'all don't get it.
By this tragedy. This horrific event is something that this community has never experienced. It is important at this time that we come together to support one another in this time of grief. We stand ready and willing to assist both our local and federal partners with any additional needs as this investigation continues. The Michigan State Police.
Yo, you know what the definition of ignorance is? Mr. Killjoy, what is the definition? Yo, these words have meaning. Ignorant means not knowing. And right now, y'all choosing to be ignorant because I'm telling you what it is. It can be proven. It's statistics that back it up, and y'all continue to disagree. That makes you ignorant. That's good. I ain't say you was. Then why you say black people unhinged? If you from the Lower East Side of Chicago, you should know what the fuck going on. And why. If you from the Lower East Side of Chicago, you should know what's going on and why. It should be no debate. Regardless if you came out of it or not. I told you it's about percentages. It's about chance. It's about odds. It's about even. You understand? If I can fuck your community up and strip it of resources, it's going to be a percentage of people that fail. I can dictate it. I put a number on it. And it ain't based off decisions. It's based off the obstacles that I put in your way. Everybody ain't gonna be able to figure it out. Everybody got a different level of education, brain power, thinking ability. I don't think y'all realize how good these people is, man. I don't think y'all seriously undervaluing the government. Like, for real. Y'all undervaluing this government, man. And their ability to dictate without you knowing. Seriously. Yeah, but Killjoy, that does make you ignorant. So ignorant is the correct word to use. When you're refuting facts because it doesn't fit your narrative, you're ignorant. and you're choosing to be ignorant. That's what makes it even worse. That's what makes it frustrating. Now, there's nothing wrong with ignorance. You know, everybody don't know everything. So there's nothing wrong with ignorance. But when you're choosing to be ignorant, when the information is right in front of you, that is the issue. When you got somebody telling it to you, that's the issue. That's frustrating. Yeah, you're right. That's foolishness. You're right, and that's what makes it frustrating. So you went from being ignorant to just being foolish, and it's frustrating, man. Cause I ain't like I done showed y'all. I done showed you the statistics. I've been showing y'all for days, and you still want to argue or disagree. Not even argue, but disagree. That don't make sense to me. Let's get to the bottom of this, because this guy was a patriot too.
Immediately responded alongside our public safety partners to secure the scene, provide support to our neighbors, with our emergency support team serving search warrants, the bomb squad and K-9 team sweeping numerous locations for evidence and explosives. Additionally, our forensic science laboratories and our special investigation sections continue to investigate the officer-involved shooting and work alongside our federal and local partners. I'd like to take a moment for everybody to remember that last year we put together an initiative called Stop the Plot. While we are committed to keeping our community safe, we also need your help. Again, it takes everybody. 53% of mass attacks leave a trail of clues leading up to them. And 2/3 of mass attackers elicited behavior that cause concerns. So we are asking our communities to stay vigilant, and if you see something suspicious, please contact local law enforcement or 911 immediately. We will keep the family in our prayers here at MSP as they continue to cover and we work together. Thank you for your time. Next up, we will have from the ATS, thank you. We will have ATS Special Agent in Charge for Michigan, James Deere.
Good afternoon. My name is Jim Deere with ATF. I'm Special Agent in Charge for ATF Michigan. On behalf of the men and women of ATF, I offer my deepest sympathy and condolences to this community and to the families affected by this tragedy.
Man, get to the details.
Has brought in their national response team. That is what they're doing at this point. From ATF's perspective, I would encourage the community not to travel by the church.
Dang.
Those roads have been blocked off and access is controlled.
That man made
that
bombs.
might be a little disheveling for folks, that we need that scene security for our investigators as they dig out this scene. So with that in mind, that's our ask.
I don't think it has a clear meaning in North Memphis. I think that's just a divisive word. I think it's a divisive word. Just like the Democrats and Republicans. Just like liberal and conservative. I think those words are divisive. I don't think Patriots, I don't think that has a real meaning. Because it's subjective. It's subjective to your individual beliefs. Which means it ain't real. It's like everybody, it's like having your own version of the truth. You know, everybody, that's the thing nowadays. My truth. Like, it used to just be one truth. Like, your definitions used to just be what it was. You go outside of that definition, it's another word you call that. But now we define patriotism and just putting a group of people under it, and I don't think they really deserve that title, because it don't sound like it means anything. It don't sound like it means anything. Unless you can admit that this country has flaws. But what I'm noticing with patriots is they can't admit that. At least not when it comes to black people. They can't admit it. They refuse to admit it. They refuse to admit it. It's crazy, man. I don't get it.
We are also looking at improvised explosive devices that were recovered during this investigation. And and looking towards that end as well.
And what makes a patriot go radical? Because like I said, a lot of these people that's doing these shootings, like I said, what's the dude name? The Unabomber. He thought he was a patriot. Julian Assange, I'm sure he was a patriot too. So they went from being patriots to fucking enemies of the state. Like Edward Snowden, so he felt like he was a patriot as well. United States called him a rat, said he wanted to kill him. So, like, yo, I don't know, yo. I'm confused. We might need to get it. We might have to have a patriot roundtable meeting to get a clear understanding, so we can get one definition of what a patriot is.
I need to introduce the acting special agent in charge for the FBI of Detroit, Michigan, Reuben Coleman. My name is Reuben Coleman. I'm acting special agent in charge of FBI Detroit Field Office, which represents the entire state. At this time, we wanted to provide an update on our investigative efforts regarding yesterday's tragic shooting at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, Michigan. First, I want to express my gratitude for all the cross-agency collaboration between our federal, state, and local partners. Their support has been outstanding and critical to this investigation. We are in lockstep with our partners as we continue to work through this. As I mentioned yesterday, the FBI is investigating this as an act of targeted violence, and we are continuing to work to determine a motive. In the past 24 hours, our investigative squads and specialty teams have been out all night, exhausting leads, some of which have been coming in from the public via tips. Our special agents, victim specialists, child advocate forensic interviewers, and local partners have interviewed over 100 victims and witnesses to date and are continuing to interview individuals as we speak. Our evidence.
So, Mr. Killjoy, outside of slavery, right? 'Cause I don't even talk slavery. Outside of slavery, you don't think America has done nothing to put black people at a disadvantage? Outside of slavery, we're gonna throw slavery out, act like slavery never happened. You don't think America has done anything, or is still doing anything to keep black people at a disadvantage? Let's see how patriotic you really is.
Response Team, or ERT, which is a specialized team of special agents, intelligence analysts, and professional staff, are trained to process crime scenes and collect evidence. They were out all night and continue processing the scene as we speak. Our field office has stood up national equities for support. We are engaging with our Behavioral Analyst Unit, or BAU, and have received support from our Quantico Labs Division.
1988, same question to you. Y'all patriots, right? Y'all are patriots, you know, by definition. By your own definition, you would consider yourself a patriot. So has America, historically, not talking about slavery, done anything at all? Has black people had an even playing field in America? Touch your patriotism. I can't read the comments, yo, so somebody let me know what they say. I read it when I stop. Check your patriotism, man. Because a real patriot, I'd be like, man, fuck yeah. A real patriot. Now, a radical, my definition of what a radical is, I don't think a radical would have been able to acknowledge that.
To analyze evidence collected to date. We received assistance from our FBI field offices across the country to support this case and file down leads. While our focus is on this investigation, we want to continue to keep the victims and their families in our thoughts as they navigate through this incredibly difficult time. Please continue to reach out to the FBI via 1-800-CALL-FBI or submit tips at tips.fbi.gov. Thank you.
Yeah, I never vote for Kamala.
Chief.
I'm telling y'all, this ain't that. Not a Democrat, y'all. I'm not a Democrat. I don't share democratic values. I don't share democratic talking points. So you can leave the DEI conversations, the Black Lives Matter, the Kamala Harris's, the Obamas. You can leave all that shit outside of the chat, because this ain't that. You know what I mean? This is far from that. Not one of those guys.
You prepare in peace to perform in chaos. I saw it live. I saw what you trained for, what you planned for, and the reality hit yesterday morning on a bright sunny day when people went to worship. But what I also saw is every level of government law enforcement work together for the good of the people. What I witnessed was people putting their lives at risk that had 2 months on the job as an EMT, or brand new firefighters, veteran firefighters, and law enforcement, just to bring a sense of stability to a scene that was chaotic and dynamic. As the sheriff of this county, I see the great people every day, but I want this community to know that those ranks in those agencies that were mentioned before me, we worked together, we worked in concert, and we did the job. And there's more to do. I will tell you, the sheriff's office dedicated every county sheriff medic that we had available, patrol, investigators, we did interviews, emergency management, whatever the task was needed. The sheriff's office worked with everybody that you heard and many that you don't know to bring justice and also order to this scene. But
So why do we have so many military veterans going on shooting sprees, killing innocent people? Is that PTSD? Yo, you know, growing up in some of these cities in America, some of these urban cities in America is like being in fucking Vietnam. It's like being in a war. You're going to experience so much death, and violence, and carnage, and corruption before you even reach 21. But why we don't call it? Why we don't say they got PTSD too, man? Just a question. Maybe y'all got the answer. Oh man, I hate this little fucking area. Can they fucking see?
And the days are continuing. We have 31 marked cars on as we speak, making sure schools that are in session, in churches that are having Bible studies, regardless of faith base, that they will be protected. Anybody who calls in, we will be there like other law enforcement to settle the community and bring a sense of calmness to people. There is an uncertainty, but law enforcement, especially the sheriff's office, will bring that to you. I will tell you that there are noble heroes who do not wear a uniform that went to that church yesterday. You're going to hear their stories as we lay out this case with law enforcement, but I will tell you this, those heroes from that church did their job. And it was led because of a police department. So law enforcement from this township is led by a chief.
Yo, and you're often killed by members of your own community. You know, sellouts. You know, sellouts is an issue too. What Malcolm X calling the black bourgeoisie. You know what I mean? You can't forget about the sellouts. You know, but they're only upholding the values and the system of this country so they can keep their job. You understand what I'm saying? They're upholding the same racist values and principles. You know? Oh shit, how the fuck I get over there? Man, what the fuck? You understand what I'm saying? Just because it's a black face on top of it, that don't mean it's black owned. You know what I mean? Or it's black people making these decisions. It doesn't mean that. You know? Obama didn't fight for black people. Obama wasn't even black. They tricked y'all into believing Obama was black. I mean, how many Patriots think Obama was the first black president? How many of y'all Patriots believe that? Lie. We ain't had no black president yet, man. We ain't have a black president until we have a black president that's descendant of slaves in America. I guarantee they'll never let that shit happen. Until then, we ain't had no black president. That man from Hawaii some motherfucking way. Family from over Africa some motherfucking way. And I'm motherfucking black president.
Who demonstrated leadership right out of the gate. And my honor is to announce him as the final speaker, Chief Ready of Grand Blanc Township. Thank you, Sheriff. Evil. This was an evil act of violence. That's exactly what this was. And this is not Grand Blanc. This does not define Grand Blanc and who we are. We are a community, and I am confident that together we're going to build a stronger community due to this incident. Now, an update, this left 5 people dead, 8 people injured. As I said, this is an evil act and does not define.
Damn, so he went from being a patriot to being called evil. Gee, Christmas. That's how we treat our patriots in this country? That man was a patriot. That man fought in the war, man. I think he's more patriot than anybody in this chat. That man put his life on the line. Now he being classified as evil. Damn, that's vicious. Look like we don't really give 2 fucks about patriots over here.
Grand Blanc or who we are.
At least not the ones that go rogue. You know what I mean? Not the rogue patriots.
At this time, what we know is everyone has been accounted for. We still are in the process of clearing out that church, but at this time, everyone is accounted for. We ask that you stay away from the scene. Let us work to clear this call so then we can get back to normal. That's what we all want. Grand Blanc Township police officers, the community of Grand Blanc Township, we're hurting. And we know that you are hurting as well with us. I want to remind you that we had the Family Assistance Center open. They will be open Monday and Tuesday at the Genesis Athletic Club from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That address is 801 Health Park Boulevard, Grand Blanc, Michigan 48439. Seek service, let's come back together and be stronger together and better. I'll open it up at this time for any questions. Sir.
When it comes to the act of violence, can you define why it's considered an act of violence, not more serious than terrorism?
I will let Agent Coleman speak to that particular question.
Yes, as of right now, we are calling it an act of violence as this is an investigation that is continuing. We are continuing to receive leads. We're continuing to run down all information. And once we're able to ascertain definitively what we have, that's when we'll make those statements.
You call this an act of targeted violence. Can you tell us who you believe the target was? A specific person, the LDS Church, another group?
Well, as of right now, again, as this is an ongoing investigation, what I will say is when I say targeted violence, I mean targeted within our state and within our community. Right now, what we are here for are the families and the victims, and we're going to work diligently in order to make sure we can bring closure for them as well.
There was some chatter that the suspect's ex-girlfriend was a Mormon or something of that nature, chatter online about that. Is that something that you can speak to or any possible motive?
That is something I cannot speak to.
Someone was arrested after driving through the barricade through the church. Can you share the information on that, why they were arrested, and what the
That's true.
Yes, I could speak on that. Yes, there was an incident out there. We are still in the process of investigating that incident, whether or not it's related or not. I could tell you that we do have a 21-year-old person in custody for that incident right now.
What did they lock him up for? Want to be the patriot.
Are you talking about the suspect from yesterday or today? The suspect from yesterday has been arrested by law enforcement in the past.
And the 5 dead, does that include the suspect or is that?
The 5 dead includes the suspect.
Can you give any details on what those 5 arrests were?
Burglary and OWI. That I can't give you 100%. Terry.
No, so I just wanted to clarify, no more victims, and you still search the church? And
We have not completed search in the church, but as we know, everyone has been accounted for. That's going to be all the questions that we answered today.
if you, this is our last press conference. If there's other pertinent information that develops, we will let you guys all know and post that on our social media account, Grand Blanc Township Police Department Facebook page. Thank you.
Yep. Never Patriot. Now, I don't know if it was Democrat. I think people need to back away from them parties. If you ain't realized by now that being a diehard, whatever, Democrat or Republican, is an issue, then so I don't know what it's gonna take for you to figure that shit out at this point. Political parties is a problem, man. You got motherfuckers killing behind it. That's crazy. They ain't no different. Y'all ain't no different than the Bloods and the Crips. Yo, for the people that's diehard Democrat or Republican, have you ever looked at yourself as a gang member? Have you ever looked at yourself as being part of a gang? Just a question. No, because I registered independent. I don't know how everybody else registered. But people that register those parties, diehard each election, is it okay to classify y'all as gang members? I'm sure y'all have vigorous debates and arguments with family members that got opposing political views. You know, some of that shit can turn deadly, at least physical. Ain't no different than a gang. You know, my gang is repping this, your gang repping that, your gang this, and now we go to war about it. Have you ever looked at yourself that way? Have you ever looked at yourself and said, damn, I'm really part of a gang? I never knew. I didn't even know that shit. You motherfuckers done tricked me into believing. You motherfuckers done tricked me into being a gang member. A gang banger. Shit, you mean our. You speak for yourself, Killjoy. Speak for yourself. Don't say our, just say yours. You know? I ain't doing that. Now your debates probably not got violent. But there's been debates. They got violent. They say Tyler Robinson was far left. He killed Charlie Kirk because of his political views. At least that's the narrative being ran, if you want to believe that. He ain't the first person that done that, though. Yo, what the fuck, yo? Why the fuck does my time keep going backwards? What the fuck is this shit, man? You guys taking me the wrong way or something? Like I'm supposed to have been here. Hold on, y'all. You see y'all? That's dumbass shit, the dumbass fucking act. Say riding in circles and shit. No fucking sense. I got here 7 minutes ago. Hey, yo, Killjoy, you gone, bro. He'll say we not the left. He wasn't killed by his own people. Yo, that is crazy, bro. You radicalized, bro. Hey, Killjoy, you radicalized, bro. So if a blood kill a Crip, that's not black on black violence? Based off of your rationale. If I kill somebody that I'm beef with on an opposite spectrum, you know what I mean? He opposite of what I rep. That ain't black on black violence. I just want y'all to see how hypocritical y'all be sounding. Yo, what the fuck, yo? Fuck you get to this fucking spot, man. Hey, yo, she fucking serious, yo. Oh, this is fucking crazy. Hey, where the fuck is these people at? My fucking street blocked off. Yeah, that rationale was crazy though, bro. Can I turn up this way? Obviously, it's telling me to go up here. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, I gotta get off this live, yo. Cause I don't know what the fuck this GPS is doing. Yo, but make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Mr. Killjoy, we gonna revisit this conversation. I'm off tomorrow, so we gonna dive deep into this. But I gotta figure out how the fuck I need to get to this spot because this GPS is tripping.